What's going on, everyone? Today we're talking about Taskwarrior. If you have been around from my channel from some of the earlier videos, you'll know that I did take a good stab at Taskwarrior before, and I do really like the program. It's a command line utility for doing complex, if you want, or simple task management. It's all command line based, but that doesn't mean that there aren't ncurses interfaces or TUIs for this program. So I have a simple alias T to task. If I just wrote task, it would actually give me a list of all my tasks with Taskwarrior, task list. I would do that. You can easily just say, there's my tasks. I can do task edit, and I can pass the number 1 because it's the ID number 1. You can edit that task, and you can edit it when hard code values into it. It's all basically JSON in the, I think, .local share or wherever the data is stored. It's all basically JSON. So you can easily add annotations, use an add-in such as task open so that you can annotate each of your tasks with a URL or a document on your file system, and then open up that document or URL whenever you want to and task open that task. It's a really great tool for doing management of your tasks. There was a podcast I did with Brody Robertson, and we talked, I kind of gushed at him about the awesomeness of Taskwarrior. You have multiple layers of, what would you say, ways of collecting your tasks in different levels or hierarchies. That's the word, hierarchies. So you have, at the most basic level, you have tags. So I can tag like a task as YouTube tag, or this tag as Linux tag, programming tag, and then I can filter my tasks to look at tasks that are tagged with a specific value. So I can filter by tag. Now each task can have multiple tags. You can have tasks inside of a project. Each project can have multiple tasks, and each project could have tasks with multiple tags. Inside each project, you could also have, beyond projects, we also have something called contexts. So with a context, you can completely, I have a work, a business, and a personal context. I can go into each context, and then I can have all my projects and all my tasks with all their tags, and go from there. And you can easily set this up in any way that you want. And it's a really great complex if you want it, or simple if you want it, system for doing task management. There's also burndown.daily task. And it will actually give you burn down charts or other charts, so task reports, and it will give you a list of all of the reports you have available to you, such as different ones like this that are more graphical, like this. Taskwarrior is a really great, cool, flexible, and just really amazing program for task management. So recently I was mentioning I was going to do more with Taskwarrior. I've kind of creeped back onto Trello again, and I don't want that. I actually want it all in plain text via JSON. I want it in the command line, and I just needed to figure out, now that I know more about Bash. I put out a video recently on Bash. You can check out the card there. I did a video on Bash scripting, and now that I've gotten more familiar with it after working on my Flash script, I actually wanted to script more things with Taskwarrior, but then I also had a subscriber, or some subscribers, recommend VIT, VIT, to me, which is basically VI Task Warrior, I guess is what it might stand for. But it's a TUI interface, it's a TUI, a terminal user interface, for the Taskwarrior program. It's the front face for it. I made the mistake of trying to build it from source. What I actually did to get it working was I installed it from the AUR, VIT. Let's just check the program name, pacman-q grep vit. Yeah, it's just VIT from the AUR. And it's a really great way of doing task stuff because you're already in Taskwarrior by being in this program. So you don't have to type task and then the command line option, but if you want to, you can, which means that you can also script this. When I was doing a big move over of all my tasks to Taskwarrior initially, I just wrote a shell script that was basically just multiple lines of task, add, the name of the task, the project, the tags, and then I executed the script and then just added 20 tasks for me. It was just basically, instead of having to type it into the terminal, I could just double check my work and just run it all in a giant batch. So I'm probably going to do that again, honestly, when I move things over. But you can easily set up scripts and script on Taskwarrior. But with VIT, it's also a really cool way of editing, managing your tasks. So there's several options we have. Inside VIT, it won't even open if you don't have a single task. So, I mean, I added one here, which is, make awesome YouTube videos. Cool. I'm going to add another one now. So now that I have one task, VIT will open. I can now edit and make a new task. So let's just do A, lowercase a, to add a new task. Do hello YouTube viewers. Enter, and now I have another task. I can do HJKL, well, HJ, or JK, to move up and down. You can see it says age. I'm sure there's a config file for this where we can change which columns are visible, but we have age, description, urgency, and it currently doesn't have any of those things. So let's do something. Let's add an annotation to this hello YouTube viewers. So I'm going to do capital A. I'm going to annotate. Hello from the annotation. Cool. So now as I go through, excuse me, as I go through this, you can see that the task hello YouTube viewers has an annotation now. I can do J and K, and I can actually go to the annotation itself. That's awesome. Let's add another one. So capital A, here is another, and now we can add multiple annotations to this task. So in this case, if you have things that are, constantly being worked on but aren't completed yet, and you want to just add like a breadcrumb trail of all the progress you've made on a specific task, this is a great way to do it. Now, we can also edit these tasks and just like looking at their raw data, basically their JSON record. It's all one large JSON string, but if we did the E, lowercase e, to edit, it'll actually let us do a deal with this interface, and with this, we can actually change some of these values and modify our file, basically modifying the JSON directly, but sort of indirectly. So let's just remove one of the annotations. So instead of saying here is another, let's remove that. DD, save and close, because it's a Vim. It just says, ads were detected, press enter. All right, here we are. And now one of them is removed. This is a much easier way instead of doing this stuff completely from the command line. Now, command line has its pros and cons too, but it's a really cool way if you just want to quickly get some task management stuff done. So we also want to know, what are some other commands we can do? We can do : to enter command mode, typical Vim stuff, and do H for help. And we can see all of these different commands. And I'm going to cover a couple of these, but these are all in here. You can read these, but we have some stuff available to us. So if I want to get out of here, I can do :Q to quit out of that. And I want to look up for a specific piece of text. So I'm going to just go down here, I'm just going to go to the bottom. I'm going to do / to search, just like in Vim, / and I'm going to look for annotate. Actually, let's just do annotat, because I actually want to find the word annotation. I press enter. It'll actually take me to where it found it. Now let's see, what do we have here? Okay, we have 2 values of hello. So let's see what it does when it has multiple search values that it finds. Hello. Okay, and if I do N, so N will actually let me go through and cycle through the list. Capital N will let me go backwards, or if I just do N again, I'm at the last result, it'll just say you hit the bottom, and it'll take you to the next value from the top. So that's really cool. If we did : and then tab, it'll actually let us filter through a list of reports that we can actually run. So if I wanted to go, actually Shift tab will send you backwards, tab and Shift tab. Active, it'll show me no active tasks. Okay. What about show me all? Well, there we go. There's all the tasks. Oh, there's 2 here that have actually been deleted. You can see by status is D. These are pending because I haven't started these tasks yet. That's why it's not active yet, because I actually haven't started the task, which actually I think will add timestamps, and so you can do things with Taskwarrior, I think. But in any case, we have all of these different reports available to us. So let's do list. Okay, that's what we already have. Oh yeah, this is what I normally run, and you can see the annotations are hidden here. So let's do long, and that's what will actually show the annotations. And this is the default view is long view. And finally, let us modify the task. So let's say I don't like this name, hello YouTube viewers. Let's say I want to change it. So I'm going to modify with M. I'm going to do hello YouTube subscribers, because I certainly hope you've subscribed by now. Enter. I have modified a task, modified task 1, enter, and now the task is changed. And again, this is all held in JSON in, I think I moved mine to .local share, but it would probably just be in your home directory in .taskwarrior, tasks, and then in there it has like a couple JSON files, but it's all JSON, which is great because that means you could also parse things with JavaScript if you wanted to, or basically anything that deals with JSON data format. But this is a great user interface for dealing with Taskwarrior tasks in a more graphical way, simply getting some stuff done, and then if you wanted to, you can script on it from the command line, which I have done before as well. So I will probably be putting out some more videos on Taskwarrior in the future because I will actually be moving everything back onto it again because I just love command line utilities and I like Taskwarrior. So I also do Taskle, which is just a Kanban-based TUI board, Kanban board. But I tend to do that for just like quick one-off things, and I kind of got some stuff that's just really sitting on there. So I actually need a better option for holding some of my long-standing items. I want to separate more into contexts, like for the YouTube channel, my leather business, or just general like things to do around the house. So I'm trying to migrate more of these things to Taskwarrior, as well as some of the stuff I have on Trello. It's just a lot of like the things I'm trying to research. So stuff about like Vim, about Bash. Like if I go to my Trello board, I got like several different things: R, Bash, C, Vim, and things I'm trying to study. So putting all of those things in like different contexts in a Taskwarrior would just make things easier to manage. So that's all I'm going to talk about today. It's a great interface. VIT, Taskwarrior, and I think the binary for Taskwarrior, if you're going to install it, is just task. Great programs, highly recommend. Great for task management. There's some really good YouTube channels out there that have some good videos on Taskwarrior. I've done a couple videos on Taskwarrior myself. Some of my earlier content, I'll do more in the future, but love this program. Do check it out. Let me know what you think about it. I think it's absolutely amazing. There is also a utility called Task Server. There's a lot of like add-ons for this. There's a very active community around Taskwarrior. A lot of people have made some really good add-ons for this, but there's also a task server. So you can actually, well, before you even get to task server, there's also an option that will let you open this in your browser. If you're the type of person who wants this to be a little bit more graphical, you can actually open your Taskwarrior tasks in your web browser and have it like a sort of like a bootstrap looking interface to deal with your tasks. But there's also task server. So you can actually have your Taskwarrior tasks hosted on a server. And then I've never done this, so I'm not sure about how extensible that is and what you can do with it, but I'm sure that you can actually connect like different utilities, like I don't know, Android phone running a terminal, or I don't know, all kinds of other stuff by using Task Server. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of meat to Taskwarrior that you should check out. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Before I go, thanks to Devin, my Patreon patron. He's the first patron I have on Patreon, and thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good rest of your day.